My name is Grace Gillis. I am a senior at St. Mary's University of Minnesota, and I am also an intern at the Minnesota Conservatory for the Arts. Today we're going to learn about one-point perspective drawing, which is how to draw boxes and letters and everything in 3D with accuracy. So first step is what you'll need for your materials. So for your materials, you will need a piece of paper or a couple pieces of paper, depending on how many things you want to try out, a ruler or a straight edge. You can use a book, a piece of paper, doesn't really matter, something that's a straight edge, and a pencil with an eraser. First, we're going to start out by making your eyes, like where your eye level would be or your horizon line. I already drew mine. It's not exactly perfectly straight because I used a piece of paper because my paper was so big as a straight edge, but this is where you'll start out. This would be, if you're looking at this piece of paper, this would be where your eye level is. So if anything is above it, this would give you a bird's eye view, so you would be looking at the bottom of it, and if you're looking down, it'd be a bird's eye view, sorry. If you're looking down, it would be the bird's eye view, so you'd be seeing the top of it. If you're looking up, it would be called the worm's eye view because you're looking at the bottom of the object. The next piece will be going and making your own vanishing point. So since this is 1 point perspective, you're only going to have one vanishing point. So you can pick anywhere on the line to make your own vanishing point. This is where all of your lines will end up going towards for when you're making your 3D boxes. So my vanishing point is going to be toward over here on this right-hand side. So I'm going to make a few boxes. So I'm going to make one up here. So this is when you'll use your ruler or your straight edge. You want to get it approximately the same size for at least how you're going to make the box. So mine's going to be 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. If it's not exact, it's okay. All right, so we have one box up here. I'm going to do one box that's kind of in the middle of the horizon line. I'm going to make this one about 7 centimeters by 3 centimeters. It didn't get exact on the bottom, but that's okay. And I'll make another one that's kind of bigger, so 9 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And you can always stop and pause the video if you want to make more boxes, if you want to make less boxes. Okay, this is just to show you 3 different points of view. Next stop, you will be making your lines towards your vanishing point. So this is very important. All of your corners, you want them to be towards your vanishing point. So I'm going to use a different color so you can see where these lines are. So you're going to start at the corner of one of your boxes and use your ruler or straight edge and go all the way from the corner straight to your vanishing point. So it should look like this. You're going to go to all of the different corners of the box. It's okay if you go through the box at this point. Since you're using a pencil, you can end up erasing at the end. It'll end up looking kind of like it's popping out at you, which is okay, which is what it's supposed to look like. So I'm going to do it also for this one down here, all 4 box sides. And then this one down here. Like I said, if you need extra time, you can go ahead and pause the video. If you didn't understand something, go ahead and go back and review it. So then we have our 3 boxes with all of our lines connected to all 4 corners of all of the boxes. They're all going in towards the one vanishing point. Next, what you're going to do is take your straight edge again, and you're going to do a parallel line from the top of your box down a little bit. You can make it however long you want it to, and connect from one red line that you had coming from the top of your box, this one, and then the second top corner. You're going to connect the 2 lines, making one parallel line towards the top. You'll do the same thing for these 2 corners, the 2 red lines, connecting it to your top line. To make another one, you'll do the same thing on the bottom. So this line for here and this line for this bottom corner. I'm going to connect this blue line all the way to this other red line. Then you're going to go up from this corner's red line to this bottom corner's red line, connect the two blue lines, and you've made a second box that is the same size as your first box, but it is popped out a little bit forward, and it is in coherence to these lines here, the red lines that you made in the beginning that are going towards the vanishing point. So you can go ahead and do this to all of your boxes that you have. So for this one, I'm still going to take the top line here, this top corner for this red line going towards the vanishing point, this top line here for this line going towards the vanishing point, move down a little bit, so I'm still parallel with this line, so I'm just moving it down. I'm going to make another blue line, and I'm going to do the same thing here, parallel to the side, move on the red lines, so it'll be matched up to this line here, and it'll be matched up to this line here, move down, so I have the second line. Next, I'll be going for this line here. So move here, move over a little bit. So we're going to connect it to the two blue lines. Move down to this red line here. And then you're going to go parallel with this line, move it up, go parallel with these two blue lines. And we'll do it for this last box on the bottom. So this red corner and this corner, move on the red lines. Line. This corner, move up the red lines from parallel for this one, and connect to the next red line. So again, for this corner and this corner, go up the red lines, parallel to this, draw a line, there. And then same thing for the top, and then you connect the two blue lines on the red line. So now you have, instead of 3 boxes, you now have 6 boxes. So then this final step on making your box solidify, you're actually going to take the red line that's connecting this blue box to this black box. Gonna just go ahead and fill those in, all 4 of them, and you'll have a solid box. So I'm going to go ahead and do it for all of these. Get the 2 blue lines, get the blue lines, and then it looks, you can see it really well down here. Follow the red lines between the blue and the black boxes. So then we have 3 cubes that I'll be pointing out towards you. So then when you have your pencil with your eraser, you can go ahead and erase the red lines that you have that are pointing towards your box. So yours will be in pencil. You can also go back and erase some of the lines to make your cube look solid. So you can go back, for example, if I want this front big box to be the front of my cube, I can erase this blue line, this black line, and this blue line to make one solid box. Or if I want to, I could have the box be facing a different direction, have this blue be the front of the box, and erase different lines to make it so it looks like it's popping out at you. So then this would be 1 point perspective. So for a worm's eye view that I talked about before, that would be this one. So the worm would be looking up, and it would see the bottom of this box here. And then if you were a bird's eye view, looking down, so you'd be seeing the top of this box here. And then as your human eye view, which is where you'd be standing, you'd be looking at your horizon line, so you'd be looking at the front of this box here. And that will be it for one perspective drawing. Thank you.